So I'm currently on the mend after being hit with the flu, but hopefully you're in good health. I'm Nikki, and this is Flying in English, where I'm teaching you how to speak with real American English. Let's talk about on the mend. It really means just to be getting better from an illness. You're recovering. It can also be getting better from some injury or from some difficult situation. Sometimes it can also mean to be improving in a situation. I'll give you some examples now. So imagine you and your friend go skiing on a winter vacation and your friend has an accident. Oh no. So she broke her leg skiing, but she's on the mend now and should be walking without crutches soon. So that's the literal example of getting better from some injury, right? Or like me, you got hit with the flu and finally you're starting to improve. After weeks of the flu, I'm finally on the mend and have my energy back. So thankfully, it's not been weeks for me. It's just like 1 week. But I'm still sick right now, but I feel great. I actually can do things.
Little did she know that she would be sick for another 3 weeks.
Or you can talk about something like a situation. Instead of illness or injury, a situation that was not good and is finally improving. So you can say their marriage was rocky last year, but they went to counseling and things are on the mend. So that was a difficult situation, a difficult relationship. So relationships is a great one to talk about being on the mend. Or something bigger, like in the country, there has been some turmoil in the economy, in the market, and finally things are going back up and things are getting better. You can say the economy is on the mend after the recession with unemployment rates finally dropping. So that's on the mend. Let's talk about some similar words. So one similar word I talked about actually in the beginning, and that's recovering. So to recover literally means the same thing as on the mend. It's just that on the mend is a nice idiom. It's more casual. Recover is a little bit more formal. I wouldn't say it is formal, but it can be used in formal situations. So you can consider it more formal, and it can be used more clinically, medical situations, and in books and stuff like that. And it's also the more standard term for instead of on the mend. On the mend, more casual, more idiomatic. Another similar word is recuperating. Recuperating is definitely more formal, but it has a slightly different meaning such that it's emphasizing that there's some rest involved in recuperating. So when you are recovering, it doesn't really imply that you're resting. You could be and should be, right? And most likely are, but it's not implying that. Recuperating kind of implies rest and gaining strength. So you have that feeling of rest and recovering strength in recuperating. And one final similarity I wanted to point out is another idiom, bounce back. So bounce back we use slightly differently because bounce is a verb and on the mend is a phrase, adjective phrase. So the way you use bounce back is something like she bounced back quickly. So you use it as a verb. She bounced back. And the phrase bounce back means to be recovering or to recover. The other difference with bounce back is it kind of has a little bit more energy in it. It implies a quick recovery. So it's like a kid bounces back after they fall and hurt their knee. They bounce back real fast, right? Kids are very good at that. So you might talk about a situation like that where recovery is quick and there's energy involved. And the opposite side of that is on the mend, there's more gradual feeling of improving and recovering over time, right? You know what can be hard to bounce back from? Insidious rumors. Can be devastating to a reputation. Learn all about that word in this video next. Thanks so much for watching. Keep flying higher and I'll see you in the skies. Bye.